I did go see this film, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And this came out on November 17th. So directed by Francis Lawrence. And the story goes years before he becomes the tyrannical president of Panem, 18-year-old Coriolanus, should have just called him Cornelius, Snow, remains the last hope for his fading lineage. With the 10th annual Hunger Games fast approaching, the young Snow becomes alarmed when he's assigned to mentor Lucy Gray Baird from District 12. Uniting their instincts for showmanship and political savvy, they race against time to ultimately reveal who's a songbird and who's a snake. And this is going to be next in the series of the Hunger Games. And I don't know if they got a trilogy planned, but I think so. It feels like they want to launch something off of this. I don't think they're one and done with this. And I don't know if you were telling me that this isn't out of the book adaptation.
No, I think they asked Lionsgate pretty much asked her to write a book or write a story for it. I don't know the author. I can't think of the author's name, but this wasn't a thing until they asked for it. I'll put it like that.
Okay, so we've got Rachel Ziegler playing Lucy Gray Baird, who's, a kid from one of the districts, who gets entered into the competition. We get Tom Blythe playing President Snow, the young version of Coriolanus Snow. We also get Hunter Schaffer, Peter Dinklage, Viola Davis in this as well as Jason Schwartzman. And so I saw this. I mean, I generally think this series has been solid, leaning more toward more likable than dislikable for me, especially the earlier films. So, I kind of expected at least kind of the same, amount of effort, and I was kind of let down by this. I think it's a long film, first of all, and you actually feel this length, man. 2 hours and 38 minutes. And what they're doing is trying to establish I'm going to just call him C. Snow. They're trying to establish C. Snow's past, just what led him to get to where he was. And, there's some play on the words with the title of this, The Songbird. Rachel Ziegler, she is the songbird character, Lucy Gray Baird, and she sings. So that alone just gives you an indication of the kind of effort that's put into this thing. It's just right on the surface, man. And who's the snake? Eventually, Snow, they did something interesting with this setup. So they got people for the district and they paired them with, some of the more well-to-do people that are, actually at the top tier of the society that are running the games and all that. So they're supposed to be mentors to each of this person from the district to help them kind of survive more. And he mentors the songbird. So, I mean, it's not a hard stretch to figure out what happens in the title. So there's a songbird and a snake. And what do snakes do traditionally in literature, film? They turn on you. So I guess that's to indicate his turn to this, later on character that we get from the earlier films, who's running the whole show. But overall, man, I just think it was just okay. Like, it was mostly dull for me, man. The only parts that really shined were our veteran actors, such as Viola Davis, Dinklage. Schwartzman was great. And my only complaint even there is that we didn't get enough time with those people, except probably Schwartzman, because Schwartzman is the caller, the announcer of the game, so he gets more screen time than anyone in this. But all of them nailed it. But then it's like the writing just didn't give a damn about our people that we had to spend a lot of time with, including Baird and Snow. Like, their characters are just so dry. It's just basic. And it's like, I just wish overall they had the even effort. And even when it comes to the action, I think they probably could have put more thought into staging the action. This is an early iteration of the games. I think this is the 10th year, according to the film. But it just comes across like those were exciting moments when in the later films, man. And it just doesn't have that magic or energy. So
yeah, but it's
maybe diehards watch this, but
yeah, one thing's about that is like 50 years. I'm kind of glad to where they kind of show it's like a different age or whatever that this is set in, instead of all the higher technology you have in the original trilogy. That's just by me seeing the trailer. I thought that was kind of neat how they did that. But
yeah, I mean, that is cool. But
that's a character. But if they were to make a film about this, seeing the revolution of Panem or whatever, when all the districts fell, and and the capital putting them to that point, I think that would have been a more interesting story to tell instead of
yeah, like you got to go to the very beginning.
Yeah,
this is kind of like a I definitely would have rather have seen that, but like I said, like it's not that they don't have the technology. It's just not staged in any interesting way. Even when it goes down, you're just like, well, goddamn! Like, American Gladiators was more exciting than this back in the day. Like, it just has no imagination, nothing, man. It's kind of bad, dude. Like, but like I said, man, maybe if you're a diehard, you will get something out of this. But for me, as someone who, I never read the books or anything, I just saw the films, and like I said, I was entertained by those, but I just don't think this meets what we got, like quality wise, as those previous efforts.
Okay.